Hi again, everybody. Welcome inside Cable Dahmer Arena in this major Arena Soccer League broadcast alongside my broadcast partner, Eric Bergrud. I'm Nick Vassos. Kansas City and St. Louis, the I-70 Series Cup presented by Success on the Spectrum. Eric, these two teams seems like deja vu all over again.
Yeah, this is the fourth consecutive time they played each other. It's sixth and final matchup of the regular season, and I expect tempers to flare because it's gotten heated as this series has rolled along.
Yeah, no doubt. And for St. Louis, they have battled a lot of injuries this year, but they have had a youngster that has really stepped up for them.
Been really impressed with Mario Falzoni, forward, just learning the indoor game, but 2 goals, 2 assists early on in the season, and he's looked good against the Kansas City defense.
Yeah, for the Comets, their leading scorer has one of those golden boot trophies on his mantle. And boy, is he playing like one this year, too.
Leading the league in scoring, that's none other than Zach Reggett. 12 goals, 7 assists. Looking for another big game here this afternoon at Cable Dahmer Arena in front of a national audience.
And the Comets can take a significant point total away from St. Louis in this series, right, Eric?
If the Comets win in regulation, that's 15 out of 18 possible points. That's where you want to be if you want to compete for the Ron Newman Cup.
Kansas City and St. Louis one more time right here from Cable Dahmer Arena. We'll have the kickoff coming up next.
At Withers Farm, brand new 1- and 2-bedroom apartments in Liberty and the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Enjoy modern luxury living. From spacious walk-in closets to a 24-hour fitness center, we have you covered. And yes, your pets are welcome too. Stop by or visit us online to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home at the Bonavia at Withers Farm.
At Furniture Options, we make it easy to get comfortable fast. From individuals to businesses, we provide stylish, ready-to-live-in furniture within 2 business days. Choose your package, set your schedule. We'll take care of the heavy lifting. Furniture Options. Temporary furniture. Real comfort. Visit FurnitureOptions.com to get started.
Nobody does sports medicine like OSI does, which is why we are now the official sports medicine provider of the Kansas City Comets. We believe in a comprehensive, whole-person approach to medical care. We put in the work off the field so our players can succeed on the field.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV and MASL Plus, along with our regular streaming partners. We welcome those joining us today for the first time on Fox Soccer Plus.
Great to have you along this afternoon alongside Eric Bergrud. I'm Nick Vassos with Lux Elzinga down on Silverstein Ice Centers Field. We welcome you in to the I-70 Series Cup between Kansas City and St. Louis. One more time, this will end their 6-game regular season series with the Comets already having won the regular season and have a 4-1 lead in this 6-game series. Kansas City 6-2-1, 17 points, top of the table in the MASL. St. Louis comes in with a record of 3-3-1, 8 points, and they are in the middle of the pack in the MASL.
MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Visit more at mitre.com.
Kansas City is 25-1 against St. Louis here at Cable Dahmer Arena. And as we mentioned at the broadcast, how St. Louis has been dealing with injuries, so too have the Comets. Here's a quick shot by Eske, and that one goes wide. You might remember the last game here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Eske got the St. Louis ambush off to a good start, scoring early, But the Comets defense holds, and they get it out of their last third. Nacho Flores lifts it across the line. But the Comets are without several key players. We'll run those down for you as Jacob Garza takes it deep in ambush territory. Robert Williamson with a mark on him.
I saw Garza when he got to the arena. That guy is built like a Mack truck.
You've referred to him as a gym rat. He is one of the strongest players on the team. Here's Paulo once again in goal for the ambush, trying to get it out of their last third. Over to Martinez, now back to Almeida. And to William. Here comes some high pressure from Kansas City. Zach Reggett applying the pressure to Martinez, who serves it back to Paulo. Now Christian Briggs, he'll lift it across the half line. It takes a hop off the turf and goes out of bounds.
Three-line pass, actually.
Oh, it is. Thank you, Eric. It's a several players, and let's run them down for you. Leo Acosta, Lucas Souza, Nathan Dirtle, Marcel Berry. Those are the names that'll get your attention, but Chase Peterson, Joe Wainwright, Junior Kazim, and Ramon Palmer are some of the other players that are out for the Comets tonight. You can still see some of that pyrotechnic smoke still hovering above Silverstein Ice Center's field.
It's hard to tell on some of the players, healthy scratches versus players that are nipped up a little bit.
Yep.
And so both coaches talk about depth. We talked to Donnie Alberti, the assistant coach of St. Louis Ambush, right before the game, and he mentioned they're confident with the depth that they have because there's some players missing from St. Louis as well.
James Thomas, James Togba, Jeff Michaud might be one of the biggest ones, and then Rafael Araujo is still out for St. Louis, yet he's still listed on their roster. No score here between KC and St. Louis. Here comes Lucia Tetsane. He puts on the brakes just across the half line. Comets get their players in position to start their offense. Pino backs it up. Garza goes off, and Marquez comes on.
We heard the Daniel Torrealba Boo Bird start again, and so Kansas City fans with long memories here, and so he raised his arms as to there they go again.
Here they go. Here's Torrealba working against Tetsane. Torrealba's trying to get past Tetsane, plays for far post. And then Cristo with a rebound shot by Robert Williamson off of Cristo's wall pass. And St. Louis, like last time, strikes first. It's 1-0.
And it's Robbie Williamson's 100th MASL game. What a way to celebrate. So Torrealba started this action trying to go one-on-one on Tetsane. Ball went wide. Walla Scora went right underneath Philip Ejimadu. And once again, 100th MASL game for Robbie Williamson. Clinical finish there. Ambush leading early once again, Nick.
For Williamson, that is goal number 3 on the year. And for Cristo, who is back in the lineup for his 3rd straight game. He was out of the lineup at the beginning of the season, but has now worked his way back in, perhaps because of some injuries. There's a look at John Gates. He's a rookie. And some of you might remember in St. Louis that his father played for St. Louis between the years 93 and 96. Another legacy player in the indoor game. Christian Briggs forward, on up to foul zone. Back to Esque. Esque trying to split the 2 defenders. The ball comes back to his feet, still maintains possession. Away from the goal, back to Briggs. Comets defending the ambush. Vandergrift goes against the boards. Now foul zone out front. He shoots! And foul zone gives the ambush a early 2-0 lead.
Talked about him at pregame, and he's had terrific games against the Comets already this season. Vandergrift makes the commitment there. The ball goes underneath them. Quick pass and scoop shot from Mario Falzone to make it 2-0 for the visitors. Really fast start here for the ambush.
Falzone's 3rd goal on the season and made that one look pretty easy. So here we are. Comets dug themselves an early hole. St. Louis on defense. Kansas City sends it into the corner. St. Louis kicked it back out. Chokunte kicks it back towards Kansas City side of the field. Mikey Lennis tracks back for KC. Serves it over to Ejimadu. Plays it right up Main Street, looking to get it to Rion Marquez. Able to kick it back to Lennis. Marquez goes off. Zach Reggett comes on. Here's Pino. Comets deliberately working it up. Over to Henry Ramirez. Into the target for Reggett. Reggett goes off the boards to Ramirez. Lets it run through. Zach Reggett shoots! And Kansas City cuts St. Louis in half. With that great ball from Henry to Zach, it's 2-1.
Saw the ambush score on a Wallace scorer. You're going to see the Comets score on a Wallace scorer here. Good ball movement. Nacho. Good turn from Reggett. He went off the boards. Ramirez went off the boards. Reggett finished it, and take another look at it. Good wall pass there, and a one-touch, no-look wall pass from Ramirez, just like they practice that at the world-famous Kansas City Soccer Dome. It's 2-1.
It's like we highlighted. We knew what we were talking about. Zach Reggett, we highlighted at the beginning of the show, and Zach once again gets his league-leading 13th goal on the season. And last time, partner, we talked about Henry Ramirez and kind of the playmaker that he's become. That's Henry's 7th assist on the season. Kansas City within one. It's 2-1.
And he and Reggett have been clicking so far this season. And so you look for those combinations of players. A couple years ago, it looked like it was going to be Reggett and Acosta. And right now, Reggett and Ramirez working really well together.
Yep. Comets back on offense. Here's Tetsane. On over to Rion Marquez. Leaves it for Francis. Now Vandegrift. Stankovic is out there roaming around the penalty box. Now Marquez swings it over to Francis. Dom front and center for Vandegrift. Now to Stankovic. He'll go off. Leave it for Tetsane. Mikey Lennis now in there. Guerrero Pino is now joining in. Here's Pino. Left side, now forward it goes to Rion Marquez. Left back for Francis, who shoots, and that one just wide.
A little strong, too. That was a shot. Mikey Lennis was streaking at the back post, but the ball went right behind him.
Pino will play it back to DeBray Holloman. Holloman, another one of those legacy players. His dad, LeBaron, played many years in the NPSL. St. Louis kicks it back to the Comets half, and Ejimadu just launched it out of bounds. That's going to be a top-of-the-arc restart for St. Louis.
Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear.
Comets will put 3 in the wall. Maybe 4. Here's the restart. Almeida on the ball. Shot! Goal! Almeida to Torrealba.
Torrealba wants to hear it too. He's just goading the Kansas City fans to shower him with love, and it's 3-1. Lucas Almeida is so good on these restarts, partner. SK just lets it go behind him. A little bit of a decoy. Torrealba loves scoring from left to right. We'll watch this again on the second replay. And top shelf goal, 3-1. Got really quiet in here quickly. Torrealba keeps scoring goals this season. He's been one of the impressive players. In fact, on MASL website, Michael Lewis highlighted 5 players, sort of newcomer-ish players to watch, and Torrealba for sure at the top of that list.
So Comets are back to work, trailing again by 2, and Arreos. A swift pass over to Pino, and then back to Henry Ramirez. Now Pino front and center, gets it into Nacho. Nacho curries it down into the corner, bouncing around right into Paulo. Paulo Nascimento, 3-3-1 on the year, the league leader in saves. As Pino heads back to the bench for Kansas City.
Think you can predict the MASL? Head over to nxtbets.com to place your wagers on all the MASL action this season. For those of you who bet on UCFC to go to Baltimore and beat them today, Good for you.
Good for you. You probably won a little money. That was Baltimore's first home loss of the season?
That was their first home loss of the season, and, you know, a 6-7 game, huh?
I said they played a 6-7 game earlier in the year at home against Milwaukee, too.
That's right. UCSC loves it.
Came back from 6 goals down. Oh, there's Ali making his first shift here at home. Alamari shot just above the crossbar. He was a late addition when Leo Acosta was a scratch for this game.
Simple foul.
Vandegrift lays it to Nacho. Across the field to Marquez. Marquez to Vandegrift, who fanned on the volley. Rebound came back down to his feet.
It was a nicely weighted pass, too. It just wasn't quite ready to tee that up.
Left side, it goes to Francis. Now in the middle for Tetsane. Right side, Vandegrift. 7:09 to play in this opening quarter. 3-1 St. Louis. Comets get it into the area. Paulo reaches out and snares it. Now we've got a whistle.
Drew Klemp is maybe telling Misters Marquez and Turrialba, oh, excuse me, that was Marquez and Gates.
Correct.
To cool it down a little bit. I know this is game 6 and you're tired of playing against each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that we have to watch today for sure. Here's Riley Urey. He plays it back to Briggs. Christian Briggs with a left-footed pass up to Robbie Cristo. Headed away by Pino, held in by the ambush. Lucas Almeida sends that one back to Briggs. Briggs will send it all the way back to Paulo. Paulo comes out with it and up to Martinez. Now over to Briggs. 6.5 to play. Our next dead ball, we'll have a timeout on the field.
Mentioned Williamson played his 100th today.
Yeah.
Briggs played his 100th last game.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Overtime win for the St. Louis Ambush on New Year's Eve, their traditional home game against the Comets.
Comets playing with without many of their starters in that game.
Fair, but the Comets coaching staff brought 16 players they thought could win the game, and they didn't win the game. And so kudos to the Ambush for a solid game plan on that one and ultimately prevailing.
Here's Reggett. Reggett asking the players to push forward. Tetsane moves in a little closer to the yellow line. Reggett with a second try. That one blocked out of bounds off St. Louis, and we've got a timeout. Let's take a break. We've got a timeout on the field with 5:25 left to play in this opening quarter between Kansas City and St. Louis. One last time in this I-70 series. Great to have you here. We'll be
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I call DM Law?
Because whether you have a $10,000 fender bender or a multi-million-dollar case, we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve. A client of ours was in a wreck and had a minor head injury. We were still able to put over $23,000 in his pocket. Another client of ours had a severe leg injury, and we got them $1.1 million.
Big case or small, Mike's got this.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Hurt in a car wreck? Call 405-900-9000.
One in there and almost deflected. Shot in the goal! It is Nacho! Comets win game 1. Out to Reggett. He does the game winner! For the dude and for the score! Oh,
Welcome back inside the Cable Dahmer Arena for the Success on the Spectrum I-70 series between the St. Louis Ambush and the Kansas City Comets, the final meeting of these two this season. Now, the St. Louis Ambush bringing an impressive roster here to Kansas City, but one person I want to spotlight is Mario Falzone. He just scored his 3rd goal so far of the season, 2 assists, giving him 5 points thus far. He's going to be somebody to watch if you're watching the Ambush. Guys, up to you. What do you think?
He is somebody to watch.
No question about it. Thanks, Lux. Here comes Will Eske racing down the field. More red jerseys getting in front of him. Zach Reggett takes a knock, and he knocks it away. It'll stay here on this end of the field. 5:12 left to play in this first. 3-1 St. Louis. Ambush back on offense.
Once again, we see the St. Louis counterattack. They love to do this against Kansas City, and it wasn't just Eske by himself. Falzone jumped in this past time.
That was Falzone in the corner feeding
It's going to be a
Williamson.
top of the arc restart. Good opportunity here. We'll see Lucas Almeida come out, take this free kick. Same situation last time.
Sure
he went
was.
near side to Torrealba. Let's see what they have in store this time. Will Eske is always a good option here.
Almeida to Eske. He takes it this time. That one blocked by the Comets. Now back to Eske, moving to his right. Back to now into Cristo. Cristo kicks it away. St. Louis pounds it back in. Wallace score a try and almost an own goal. DeBray Holloman able to keep it away. Torrealba holds it in. Far side, Almeida blocked out of bounds. That one off Nacho.
Take a look at this again. Off the boards, went for a Wallace Scora and almost went in. Game of inches is what they say.
No kidding. So that's O'Keefe on the far side. He runs over it. Almeida puts his foot into it, sends it wide. Jacunte. And
ding dong.
Ding dong. Rebound just above the crossbar. How'd that stay out?
Christian Briggs
Holy
felt
cow.
like he had a goal there for sure. Hopefully we can get a replay on this. That could have, should have, would have been 4-1. What power on that. He placed that so well. Got over the ball.
Double ding dong.
Drove it down. It's what they teach you at finishing school. And unfortunately for Briggs in the Ambush, it would not go in.
Ejimadu ought to kiss both posts here when the play's called dead. Definitely his friend on that last play. 4:16 to go in the first quarter. 3-1 St. Louis.
That was terrific technique. Terrific technique from a defender there, Christian Briggs.
Williamson marked by Marquez. Front and center, Martinez. Now Torrealba. Torrealba getting the Boo-Birds. Left-footed shot. Went short post. Saved by Ejimadu. Martinez tracks down the loose ball. Over to O'Keefe. O'Keefe back to Martinez. Under 4 to play in this first quarter. Paulo plays it up to Chacunte. Vandergrift stepped in front, kicked it back. Paulo will pick it up. Shield away, Andorreos buzzing around. Now Paulo, a good pass to Riley Uri in stride. Riley Uri gets knocked down by Garza of the Comets, and a foul called on Kansas City.
Tangled into the boards. One-handed push. It's a foul.
Now here's Keaton Woods, who's into the lineup for the first time. Here's Falzone. Falzone moving to his right, runs right into Pino. Played back to Briggs. Briggs jams it in there. Falzone tries to turn and shoot. Mikey Lennis is there. He had it poked away, but first a foul on St. Louis.
Take a look here on the replay. Garza tried to spring Lennis. Simple foul.
Quickly down to Reggett. Reggett with his back to the goal. Combs it down, shoots, and a save made by Paulo. Now we've got another foul. This one's going to go against St. Louis. Chakunti pleading his case.
He's going for the ball. He's going for the ball. He didn't want it to. He wasn't going to get it to there. Take a look. He was going for the ball.
Oh.
Comets fans saw the replay, didn't like it, but it was a foul.
Henry Rodriguez. Make that Henry Ramirez. Sorry about that.
If any of our viewers are wondering if Coach Stokic might think about challenging this, the referees, there was one referee behind the play. They obviously saw it in real action, so I don't think anything they're going to see on the replay would change the opinion. So hold on tight to that challenge flag. We'll talk a little bit about referees. We got some clarification on mass confrontations that came from the league. We'll talk about it.
And after discussion, Austin Sane and Drew Klemp decided to give the blue card.
So this is interesting that they talked about it. And Austin Sane has a yellow card out too. See if we get an explanation on this.
Paulo's being sent off. So here comes Jose Agaz.
2-minute blue card power play for kicking on St. Louis 53. And we have a 5-minute non-power play for dissent on the goalkeeper.
So what's interesting is they didn't have to challenge it. Kansas City didn't. The referees thought about it, and then they came really late on that blue. And obviously Paulo didn't like that, said something, and the referees encouraged him to sit in timeout for a minimum of 5 minutes. So we will see Jose Agaz in goal while Paulo serves that 5-minute yellow card penalty.
Jose Agaz has played a grand total of 4 minutes and 38 seconds this year.
I'm of mixed mind on that blue. I can see why they called it, but I can also see why they wouldn't have called it.
Yeah. So Agaz comes in cold. Comets go on the power play. And on the season for the power play, Comets are 30%. They're 3 of 10. Penalty killing. St. Louis, they've been down 10 times. They've killed 6 penalties. So 60%. And here we go. Francis to Tetsane. Over to Francis. Comets looking for an opening. Down to Reggett. Now over to Francis. Down to the corner to Marquez. Here's Lennis. Now shot by Zach Reggett. Another
Good
one.
save.
Agaz makes the save.
Hey, if you're Kansas City, you've got a goalkeeper who came in cold off the bench. You have to take advantage of this situation. If you're in St. Louis, you want to rally your defense behind your goalkeeper here. Kill this penalty first and then worry about Paulo's remaining time on his yellow card later.
Here is Francis. Nacho thought about it. Tetsane takes a touch, a second one. Plays it to Francis. Back to Tetsane. Now down to Reggett. 47 seconds on the advantage to KC. Zach Reggett, the league's leading scorer, over to Tetsane. Down to Nacho. Back up to Francis, who shoots, and save is made by Agaz again. Scrambles to pounce on the rebound. Agaz is up and throwing. Down to Riley Uri. Uri shielding away Reggett and Tetsane. Goes down.
And the foul there. Good on him.
Foul called against Kansas City.
And on Agaz, it was a good save, but even better positioning on the near post, not to let Francis score on him. And for Riley Uri, this is what you want to do. Drag the ball on the boards. 3 defenders on you. Get the call. Eat more clock.
56 seconds left. Short-handed chance by SK coming on and blasts that one over the goal. Wow.
Huge opportunity there. And SK always seems to find a place and a way. That first step that he has takes out most defenders in this league.
Wow. 14 seconds on the advantage. 44 seconds in the quarter. Here's Francis. Down to Marquez. He draws a crowd in the corner. Marquez back to Francis. Now swinging front and center. Penalty is over. Chacunte comes back on. Francis down to Marquez, to Nacho. Shot! Goal! Nacho Flores. It's not a power play, but it gives Kansas City 2 goals, and they trail by 1.
Good ball movement against it. Tetsane is going to go near side to Francis. Little dink pass there from Rion Marquez to Nacho in the middle. Take a look at this. Marquez is calling for the ball. Just toe poked it in the middle, and Nacho on his left. Doesn't matter if you hit everyone with speed, if you put it in the right place, Nick. 3-2.
You bet. Nacho his 3rd on the year. And for Rion Marquez, that is assist number 2 for the big Brazilian. 3-2 our score. Final seconds here in this opening frame. 19 left. Here's Robbie Williamson across the line. Leaves it for Martinez, now on over to Keaton Woods, now forward to Riley Uri. Uri takes a left-footed shot off the boards. That one deflects around, 6 seconds left. Riley Uri gets it back, turns around, and falls down over the horn. That's it. Quarter is over. And we are done with the first 15 minutes. 4 quarters of indoor soccer here live at Cable Dahmer Arena with the score. St. Louis 3, Kansas City 2. We'll be right back.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. And visit kccomets.com for Comets tickets, merchandise, and news. I obviously pay a lot of attention to MASLsoccer.com. Big, and I think it's fair to say, upset victory earlier today. UCFC needing a win, getting a win in interesting fashion. They went 6th attacker, and on a counterattack scored with a 6th attacker, 21 seconds left in regulation. That was Junior Pinal. And then Juan Alava, 20 seconds into overtime, finished it. And everybody who said that Baltimore is invincible at home, it's a small field, nobody could ever win there.
There you go.
Yes, not so much. One other game in the Major Arena Soccer League tonight. San Diego Soccer is off a, I guess you could call it a
white knuckle. It was a white knuckle victory.
A white knuckle victory. There you go.
Empire gave them all they could handle last night, and they barely hung on to win that one.
They were going to go to Tacoma. And Tacoma tonight has a bad taste in his mouth because Tacoma was undefeated, went to San Diego last week and got shut out 8-0.
Yeah.
I expect a closer game. That will be on MASL TV, 5 o'clock Pacific. So stay tuned after this game.
Yeah, shout out to our friend Boris Pardo, former Comet. Got his first regular season shutout of his career. Here's Zach Reggett. His second quarter action is now back underway. Comets have the ball, trailing 3-2 against their I-70 rivals, the St. Louis Ambush.
And I bet you didn't know, speaking of shutouts, this is the anniversary of the first ever shutout in Kansas City Comets history.
Let's see here now. Let's see here if I'm getting a little up there in age. Was it against the Detroit Rockers?
No, even way before. It was against the Memphis Americans. So if I give you the decade of the 80s, you might guess which goalie it is.
That might have been one Ellen Mayer.
Might have been somebody before then who liked bagels.
Really?
Enzo DePede.
Oh, my goodness.
On this day in 1984, first ever shutout, 4-0 win over the Memphis Americans. How about that?
Yeah, shutouts are so rare in this game. Both teams at even strength. Kansas City getting into their target player, Rion Marquez. If you're new to indoor soccer, there's no offsides, free substitution, and we play 15 minutes, 4 quarters. On up to Mikey Lennis. Lennis goes cross field all over to Andurreos. Andurreos went short post, saved by Agaz. Agaz has actually looked pretty good there in between the pipes.
His positioning's been really good, so he's been making sure not to give anything cheap at the near post, and he's made several near post saves already.
Ball bounds back towards Ejimadu, the Comets keeper, digging it out, and here comes Guerrero Pino. Pino attended college locally here in Kansas City at UMKC.
Your alma mater?
Absolutely. From Parral, Mexico. Started his career in Kansas City. Went out to San Diego, won some championships, and is now back here in KC. Keaton Woods fires one downfield looking for a teammate, but Tetsane steps in front of Christian Briggs, and Lucia wins it.
Once again, St. Louis looking for the counterattack, and Briggs went, but the ball didn't get there nearly in time.
Reggett will go off. Marquez comes on. Here's Henry Ramirez into Francis. Francis back to Vandegrift. Chad plays it to Rion Marquez. Marquez front and center to Francis, who fires one from long range. And Jose Agaz, ranging to his right, makes the save.
Next ball out of play. We'll see Paulo come out of the penalty box, but so far so good for Agaz. Just one goal allowed.
Here's Tetsane. He's got Robbie Cristo right there breathing down his neck. St. Louis heads it back towards Kansas City side of the field. Tetsane trying to gather the bouncing ball. Cristo steps in and takes it away for the ambush. Williamson. Now Cristo, and that one out of bounds, and here comes Paulo back into the game. Paulo back in, Jose Agaz out. And it'll be Kansas City ball with that one being shot up into the netting. There's
Players
Paulo.
on both teams went to the bench when they heard that whistle. They thought, oh, it must be media timeout. And that was the third referee saying, yes, Paulo's time in the sin bin is over.
Bray Holloman to Vandegrift. This is Reggett. Near side back to Holloman. St. Louis sits back on the half line. Here's Ali Alamari. Youngster from New York to another youngster, Stankovic. Stankovic now turns forward. He's going forward. Stankovic.
What a block there by Cristo.
You got it.
Veteran move.
Yep. Stankovic was winding up to blast one right at Paulo.
Alamari got his first action at St. Louis the other day. Recorded his first ever assist in MASL.
Here's Williamson, leaves it to Uri, trying to get it back to Williamson. He's bumped to the ground. Pino comes away with the ball. Moving right to left, it's a 3v2. Out to Stankovic on the right. Tried to hit it off the wall. Paulo is bumped by Pino and draws the foul.
Take a look at this. A little ahead, and couldn't tell if Stankovic took his eye off the ball or couldn't figure out which way he wanted to go with it, but what a pass.
Oh, quickly up to foul zone. Foul zone, stop and go. Foul zone now shoots. Save. Ejimadu. And the rebound handled by Nacho of the Comets. On up to Garza. Garza plays it back to Nacho. That one on over to Lennis. Lennis gave it away. Here is foul zone again. Shot save. Ejimadu. Kick saving a beauty.
Kick saving a beauty, huh?
Beautiful save.
Giveaway from Kansas City. Ejimadu cannot be happy.
And now here's the takeaway. Lennis battling with Gates in the corner. Paulo goes down. Lennis gets the ball. Comets need to get organized here. Vandegrift plays it into open space. Nacho tracks it down.
Paulo got put in a really bad position there, but no harm, no foul there for St. Louis.
Paulo steps in front of Marquez, and Marquez, the big-bodied target player, is going to be called for the foul.
Take a look at this replay. Pass in from Nacho. It's a foul.
Foul number 26, Rio Marquez, his first name.
St. Louis trying to get it out, but O'Keefe played it right to Francis. Pino picks up the loose ball. Francis is open on the left corner. Garza's there. He can't see him. He shoots, though, and buries it. Jacob Garza from downtown Parkville. Bang! We're level at 3.
Graduate of Park Hill South High School. Scored some goals early on this season against St. Louis. Got called into the 16 today. Look at it. Nobody steps up, but he's like, fine, I'll take that from 3-point lane, Nick Vassos.
Woo!
Back in your era, three-point goals,
yeah,
huh?
That's a three-pointer for sure.
3-3 tie.
I did like those three-point goals. Those were fun.
We've had this conversation before, haven't we?
It was crazy. I know there's a lot of traditionalists out there, but I thought it was fun. Sometimes hard to keep track of, but it was still fun. Long ball into the corner. Loose. Ejimadu comes out on the log roll and makes the save himself. Riley Uri picks up the rebound. 2 players in front of him. And backed out to Torrealba. Back down to Falzone. Falzone heels it back, looking for Torrealba. Kicked away by the Comets. Williamson steps in front of Tetsane. Plays it all the way back to Chalbad. Then right up Main Street. Comets win that ball back. Reggett on his horse, looking far post to Stankovic running, but can't catch up with it. Here's Alamari. Tetsane near side Pino. Mikey Lennis to Tetsane. 8 minutes and 9 seconds left to the far post.
Handball.
Handball shot, goal!
We'll see if they challenge this. We will see if they challenge this.
Wow.
Because it
we
looked
saw
like
from
a
up here.
from our view on Tetsane. Yeah, they waved it off right away.
Nevertheless, watch this goal by Andreas. This is a thing of beauty, but I don't think it's going to stand.
So here comes Tetsane.
Yeah.
Oh, the beautiful goal.
Beautiful goal.
Absolutely a handball. And once again, if I were St. Louis, if that counted, I absolutely would have used the challenge flag. If you're Kansas City, there's no sense in using the challenge.
Yep. Yeah, that's what Coach Stokic is asking about to Austin Sani.
I don't read lips, but it might be don't waste your challenge flag because it was a handball.
Yes.
Tetsane trying to explain that to his coach.
He's trying to get it off his arm. He's saying, yeah, it's a little bit up here on the shoulder area. Right? You know what I mean? It's a little bit further up.
Still 3-3.
Here is Eske trying to get around a couple of players, able to get the ball up to Chicunte. Torrealba trying to pounce on the rebound.
Good job by Lennis to step in there or slide in there.
Garza out with the rebound, moving right to left. Comets in their all reds. St. Louis coming in all whites, trimmed in pink numerals. And teal trim. Here's Torrealba. He's got some space on the right side. Look out, folks. Short post, and that one
sure
did. That was close.
Vandergrift let him go outside, and Torrealba almost made the two-time Defender of the Year pay for that.
Cristo still has a very strong shot, both feet. And a good save by Ejimadu. Cristo again. Drive that one, not a lot of pace on it, but it made Ejimadu range to his right. He's up and throwing to Dom Francis. Dom Francis trying to get it on the half volley. And Paulo was there.
End-to-end action here.
No
and you
kidding.
know Ejimadu can throw the ball down the field. Seen him already record a few assists this season.
6:45 left to play until halftime. And that one headed back to Ejimadu. Thank good Phil's a very tall keeper. He didn't have to jump too high to get that one. Now Nacho encouraging his teammates to move forward. Let's go. Nacho, the team captain, near side for Henry Ramirez. A give and go back to Henry, but Paulo reads it perfectly. Rion trying to pounce on the rebound. Blocked by St. Louis. Ball pinballing around.
And
Keaton.
Yuri made the run again. Every single time KC loses possession, somebody on St. Louis is going down the field, and there's Yuri right there. Ball's just too far for him.
Now back the other way. Comets are going to try to give St. Louis a little bit of their own medicine. Here is Nacho moving to his right, trying to thread the needle to get it to Ali. Alamari slows down, away from the goal, back to Pino. Ramirez now. Nacho. 5:38 to play in the half. Reggett heels it back to Ramirez, flashing through the area, and he's fouled by St. Louis. That's going to go against Lucas Almeida.
Take a look at the replay here. Reggett. No look pass. Foul.
Shot. That was actually more like a pass from Nacho to Marquez. Broken up by the ambush. Comets now out towards their half line.
Lucas
Level
Almeida
at three.
got a little fortunate that they weren't a foot closer to the boards, because we're seeing the referees call boarding tight this season, but that just wound up being a common foul.
Left footer, now shot. That one off Reggett, no good. Almeida.
Foul on Lennis.
Looks like Lennis, the guilty party.
The lights are bright and the fans are loud as the St. Louis Ambush taking on the Kansas City Comets. Stream it live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, live it again. Make sure to favorite your team to get instant updates on every game.
Chad Vandergriff is going to be our halftime guest. Check in with the two-time MASL Defender of the Year and one of only two players to be in the 400 shots blocked club. Only he and Berto get to hang out in that fancy club. We've got a timeout. We do have a timeout. We'll find out where the ball will be placed. Looks like it's going to be on the near side. So let's take a break. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. We are all tied up at 3 in the I-70 series.
Welcome back to the Cable Dahmer Arena. The I-70 rivalry continues. The final Missouri matchup between the St. Louis Ambush and the Kansas City Comets, tied at 3, 4:40 in the second. I want to talk to you about Kansas City Comets forward Zach Reggett. He is leading the league in points, and in his 10 games thus far, he has had 13 goals, 1 on this evening, and 7 assists. And don't forget, Reggett was the MASL Golden Boot co-winner in 2023, so when Casey needs a spark, this is going to be your guy to watch. Nick and Eric, sending it back up to you.
Wait a minute, I got a question here.
Yeah.
You really think this is the last time that Kansas City and St. Louis are playing this year?
No, probably not. Williamson on the rebound. That one sails wide to the right. Torrealba out with the rebound. Up to Chalbad, then down to Cristo. And they're going to say it's out of bounds on the, no, that's going to say it's off of St. Louis, maybe off of Cristo himself.
Oh, almost a giveaway and an open goal there for Torrealba. Andreos tracked back to win that.
Reggett battling with Williamson. Here's Andreos. He gets it on the ground. Now moving forward. On up to Ramirez. Back to Andreos on the volley. Reggett with a right-footed shot up into the net.
I want to give a shot to Robbie Christo's wife who's watching the game. Hey, thanks. We always appreciate fans tuning in wherever you watch us. Kansas City, St. Louis, or other parts throughout the world.
100%.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bash-Javansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. And you never know who's going to be on their show.
That's right. You also never know who's watching, right?
You never know.
We cast a wide net here on MASL TV, so could be anywhere. 3:46 to play in this first half. We're tied at 3. St. Louis got off to a quick start, leading 3-1 in the first quarter. Kansas City has chipped away at it with a couple of goals to get things level here in the second. Here's Nacho. Up to Stankovic. Now leaves it for Francis. Francis along the boards. He gets bumped down to the ground, and Francis is shaken up on the play.
Austin, give him a lift up.
Thank you, Austin. Very nice of you. Looks like Dom's going to stay in the game.
So we heard from, we'll take a look at this. I don't know if he got his feet caught in between them.
Maybe an ankle. We'll see.
I still remember I've got to give that update from the league on mass confrontations and adjustments they've made, which affect the goalkeepers and also clarifying players come off the bench. Because we've seen this now a couple times here in Kansas City, the Kansas City-Milwaukee game and the most recent Kansas City-St. Louis game. And so
there could have been some dismissals in that game. You know what I mean?
There could have been some yellow cards for sure. And so they've clarified a few rules, including the goalkeepers. It used to be that goalkeeper, you had to stay in your box, otherwise you're going to get penalty time for joining the ruckus. But since goalkeepers spend so much time out of the box now, it's more of discretion as to whether the goalkeeper was already involved in the play or made a beeline out of their box to get involved. But
I think that's right.
Video review now, referees can use it on mass confrontations.
Up top, here's a drive that deflects a couple of times. Marquez picks it up. He's got a double team in the corner. Leaves it out for Tetsane. Swing it near side for Reggett. Reggett moving to his left. And looks like it's going to be just placed on the on the near touchline, I should say.
You said you're casting a white net. I just heard from DJ Prue and Nate the Great from the St. Louis Ambush front office watching the game. Hey, guys.
Reggett goes over the top with a header right on, and Paulo makes the save. Nice play from Zach Reggett to Rion Marquez. He was trying to head that ball down, but it was right at Paulo. Paulo, quick thinking, able to get his mitts on it. Meanwhile, back at the other end, Cristo with the ball, plays it back to Almeida. Lucas Almeida's like another coach out there on the floor. Now we've got another whistle, and this one's going to go against Kansas City. And
make them restart it again.
Yep. Yeah, speaking of Almeida, he's a Hall of Famer at Oklahoma Wesleyan.
And a coach and all sorts of things. A terrific player, too, and a coach on the field for sure.
SK down to Tori Alba, off the boards, looking for Martinez. Alamari is out with it, and a foul is called against St. Louis.
St. Louis foul number 19, Tori Alba, his first.
And that's Tori Alba's first foul.
Can't believe it. Tori Alba is living up this rivalry. He's enjoying this a lot, and I look forward to seeing him multiple times here at Cable Dahmer Arena as things spice up here. Mention Alamari. He played MASL2 for Soccer Sam and the Rochester Lancers. Offseason, checked out some of his tape just to see, okay, who is this guy? And he's good.
Here's Cristo. He banged it off the boards, but it came right back to a Kansas City player. Now Tetsane on over to Pino, back to Lucia. Here comes Tetsane. Some open blue turf down to Reggett. Looking far post for Alamari, making his bid to open his account. But
good vision there, and good job by Briggs to step in the way. Just got a foot up. Corner kick Comets.
This will be in the left wing corner, and there's 1:17 left to play.
Someone here would be critical either way.
Someone I know might say this would be a good time. No. Over the top of the defense, Nacho on the volley. Cristo heads it above the crossbar. Now a loose ball, O'Keefe, no. It's going to be Chalbot forward to Tori Alba. Francis steps in front of Tori Alba and takes the ball away. 1:01 left to play in the game.
It looks like he's going to get an embellishment warning. We'll see. Yep, embellishment warning on Tori Alba. And Osasani, he was right there too.
Tori Alba still Now we still have that rule that was implemented last year that a player who goes down has what is it 15 seconds to get up, and if he doesn't and somebody is called out to the field, he's got to remain off the field. And there's your embellishment. And there's a wry smile on the face of Dominic Francis.
Of course, if this game were at the Family Arena, there would be thousands of fans saying it was a foul and a 2-minute penalty. I mean, that just is the way it is. But
right. So here we go, under a minute to go, as you may have just heard from public address announcer Nate Herron. Comets moving it up to Rion Marquez. Williamson's got a mark on Marquez. Rion turns, goes off the board, shot, save!
Unbelievable.
Oh, Vandergriff making a bid for a goal, but Paulo positioned perfectly.
Good pass there from Marquez, and once again, Paulo came up big, just like he's been doing all season. As you mentioned, league leader in saves.
Williamson with a touch. He gets the ball back. Williamson still going forward. Down to the corner. Foul zone. Nobody home, off the wall and score, and 19 seconds left.
Good opportunity for St. Louis to score one and change momentum right before halftime.
This one picked up by Chalbot. Left side for Williamson. 5 seconds left. Now 4. Tetsane stepped in. That's the horn. And that is going to do it for the first half. We are tied at 3. Only one goal there in the second quarter after both teams combined for 5 in the opening frame. We are level at 3 as we head into halftime. Standing by to join Lux on Silverstein Ice Center's field with the head coach of the Comets, Stefan Stokic. We'll do that here in just 1 second. Nacho and the rest of the KC Comets going off into their locker rooms. Just about ready to toss it down. Let's go down to Lux. She's with head coach Stefan Stokic. Lux?
Coach, this is a familiar foe in the St. Louis ambush. What plan did you go into the game with?
I mean, again, you know, we always play the same way that we play, right? We're a very big transition game, transition team. But again, we need to be creative in the offensive third. St. Louis is doing a good job of either pressing or getting behind the ball. We just got to keep being creative, and I think we did much better in the second quarter there, especially the last 6-7 minutes. We just got to continue that and put away our chances.
I agree. What do you think the movement is going to be in the third and fourth quarter in order for you guys to take the win?
I mean, I think the main thing is for us is when we possess the ball, we need to create space going forward into the gap. So I think the more we go forward and attack them, I think we created a lot of 3v2s, especially in the last 5 minutes. So we got to continue that and make sure we put the chances away.
Thank you. Good luck, Coach.
All right. Thanks a lot, Lux. Lux Elzinga down on the field, Silverstein Eye Center's field with head coach Stefan Stokic. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Comets defender Chad Vandegrift. We'll take you around the MASL and hope to have some first half highlights. We'll do all of that next.
The Bonavia at Withers Farm, brand new 1 and 2 bedroom apartments in Liberty, and the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Enjoy modern luxury living. From spacious walk-in closets to a 24-hour fitness center, we have you covered. And yes, your pets are welcome too. Stop by or visit us online to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home at the Bonavia at Withers Farm.
At Furniture Options, we make it easy to get comfortable fast. From individuals to businesses, we provide stylish, ready-to-live-in furniture within 2 business days. Choose your package, set your schedule. We'll take care of the heavy lifting. Furniture Options. Temporary furniture. Real comfort. Visit FurnitureOptions.com to get started.
Halftime here at Cable Dahmer wrapping up their season series. And, you know, we thought, what a perfect opportunity to check in with St. Louis's own Chad Vandegrift and see how things are going with the 2-time Defender of the Year. And also, Chad, we welcome you into a very exclusive club in the MASL, the 400 Club. Only you and your old teammate Berto reside in that club. How's it make you feel?
Anytime I get acknowledged by the league, it feels good. But at the end of the day, it's my job to block shots and keep the ball out of the goal. So,
you're that humble about it, right? I mean, there's only 2 people in the league.
I want to keep getting more. I want to keep getting more.
Okay, so that's what we want to hear.
I don't plan to stop soon.
That's what we want to hear. And your performance is exemplary, and we're going to see some fine athletes coming into Kansas City in June of this year when the World Cup comes to town. I'm curious about someone who has grown up in strong soccer communities like St. Louis and also have played here in a strong soccer community in Kansas City. What does it mean to you as a player to have the World Cup come to your home state?
Yeah, I feel like I've been kind of spoiled, right? From St. Louis, living in Kansas City, playing in Kansas City. 2 major soccer cities. So that's all I know. But I think it's going to be very special for the city here hosting those games. There's going to be a big buzz.
Yeah. Do you have any plans to attend games? Is there one team that you want to see?
I would love to see a game. I don't have tickets right now, but my sister, brother-in-law, niece, nephew, they have tickets, so they'll be here at Arrowhead.
That's fantastic. Speaking of strong communities, St. Louis and Kansas City, we thought it would be kind of fun to ask you, what is the most St. Louis thing? Like when you go back home, what's the most St. Louis thing? What do people ask you Like, do they ask you what high school you went to?
That's the main question. What high school did you go to?
Where did that come from? And why do people ask that all the time?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's just to start conversation or what, but somebody came up to me, I think it was like a week or two ago here in Kansas City, and they're like, oh, you're from St. Louis? What high school did you go to? I have to ask.
Well, and on the other side of the state, what's the most Kansas City thing, do you think?
The most Kansas City thing. You better be a Chiefs fan. I mean,
Or what's your favorite barbecue place?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Aren't there two that are pretty...
Yeah,
people are split on?
You know, you could throw a dart at the map, and you could probably land on a pretty good barbecue restaurant in this town. You know what I mean? And picking favorites is hard around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, hey, I want to take you back here real quick here and just get your thoughts on where this team is heading. You're a Ron Newman Cup champion in 18 and 19 with the Milwaukee Wave. Where's this team headed to? What's your mindset? What's your goal?
Yeah, ever since I've been here, the coaching staff, the players, the main goal is a championship, nothing less. Obviously, it's a long road to get there. You know, right now, we're focused on getting wins and getting points. We really are trying to minimize the cruddy goals that we're giving away and also create some offense. You know, sometimes we're not putting those both together in one game. So if we can minimize some silly mistakes, giving up goals, and also have our offense flowing all at once, I think we're going to be a team to reckon with.
All right, Chad, best of luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, and 30 years of the Comets voice, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Chad, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Comets defender Chad Vandergriff joining us here at halftime. We'll be right back.
Nobody does sports medicine like OSI does, which is why we are of the Kansas City Comets. We believe in a comprehensive, whole-person approach to medical care. We put in the work off the field so our players can succeed on the field.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
Welcome to the annual Success on the Spectrum Autism Festival.
Autism Festival is a celebration of acceptance and community, hosted by Success on the Spectrums all over the country. This special event is all about bringing families together in a fun, supportive, and completely judgment-free environment. Here, individuals with autism can simply be themselves, surrounded by understanding, kindness, and joy. From exciting activities to local resources, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Join us as we create lasting memories and continue building a more inclusive world for all.
Shoot! It's gone!
What's up, soccer fans? Alex Bastiavansky here, back in the MASL studio. Hope everybody had a fantastic week. A lot went down over the past few days in the league, and I'm here to tell you all about it in just 5 minutes. So let's go.
Tavares. Alves is at the back post. Alves is there, he scores! Short-handed winner! It's the first win of the season for Utica!
First win of the season, and in dramatic fashion for Utica City. They were down 6-1 in the third quarter, but the Blues rallied back with 6 straight goals to stun the Milwaukee Wave 7-6 in OT. And that was the tail end of a rough weekend for the Wave. On Saturday, they were in Baltimore, and the Blast withstood a late Wave rally to down The visitors 10-7. They were dancing. These two teams are absolutely sick of one another. This was the fourth meeting between St. Louis and KC this season on Saturday. The Comets remained perfect against their Missouri rivals, taking it 9-6. Tacoma was looking to go 4-0 on the season in San Diego, but the Sockers brought them down to earth with a thud on Tuesday. They shellacked the Stars 8-0 at Front Wave Arena to improve to 2-1-1 on the campaign. Then we had three big matchups to say goodbye to 2025 on Wednesday. UCFC trying to keep its momentum going after the big comeback win against Milwaukee, but they couldn't get it done. Baltimore triumphed 5-2. Utica fans, clearly not a happy bunch with that result. Empire, traveling from the comfy confines of California to brave the Wisconsin winter. They were in Milwaukee. It was a tight one, but the Wave managed to drop the boys in purple 3-1. And then, for the fifth time this season, St. Louis squared off with Kansas City. And finally, the Ambush pulled off the victory in dramatic fashion, no less. Randy Martinez going roof daddy to win it in overtime for the Ambush. Who has been hot lately? Well, Charlie Gonzalez, most definitely, for the San Diego Sockers. 4 points against the Tacoma Stars. 3 goals, 1 assist for Charlie in that contest. Donatos Mello, we talked about him being healthy this season after unfortunately suffering injuries last year. He's been healthy. He's been wrecking shop for Baltimore. 4 goals in the contest against Milwaukee. Zach Reggett, well, he continues to be dominant. He leads the league scoring races, you'll see in a moment. And against St. Louis, 3 goals and 1 assist over the Ambush on Saturday, including that beauty right there. And in goal, Boris Pardo, the San Diego legend between the posts. He was picture perfect against Tacoma, making 10 big saves for the shutout victory for San Diego. Scoring leaders, as mentioned, yes, Zach Reggett continues to be on top with 19 points. Teammate Dom Francis second with 14. Then it's Alex Sanchez with 13. Donatos Mello, 12 points. And Charlie Gonzalez rounding out your top 5 with 11 points. Your players of the week brought to you by Capelli Sports. Brian Wilkin in goal from UCFC. Teammate Sergio Pinal from UCFC. And defensively, Umar Silla from the Baltimore Blast. Let's start with Junior Pinal. Absolutely instrumental in that comeback win against Milwaukee. He was all over the place. 4 points in the game, 3 goals, plus a helper. Silla, fantastic for the Blast against Milwaukee as well. He had not only 3 assists, including that lovely feed right there, but also a block against the Wave. And in goal, Brian Wilkin. UCFC does not win this game in overtime against Milwaukee without these massive saves, 11 in total on Sunday. Time now for your plays of the week.
Briggs pops it forward. SK on the volley. Ding dong, and it goes in. SK.
Andre Hain using his physicality to maintain possession. Here's Genrick all alone. He scores. Kyle Genrick.
Here's Acosta. Got space. Acosta still going. Shoots, and wow! Leo Acosta.
Amani fakes a shot one way. He'll go the other and score. We've talked about it all season long. A rocket of a left foot for Mershon Amani to bring Utica City within 1.
Chavez, Frater, Chavez beats everybody. Chavez in, shoots, he scores!
That leg is okay. Oh, giveaway.
There's a giveaway. Torrey Alba, look out, folks. Shot. Goal! St. Louis.
Tavares. Alves is at the back post. Alves is there, he scores! Short-handed winner! It's the first win of the season for Utica! What a moment for Gio Alves!
And that's going to wrap things up for this week's show. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the MASL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
finds joy in a great meal, we'd love to see you at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
Our menu is handcrafted to have something for everyone.
Everyone.
My favorite, the Butter Burger Deluxe.
Definitely cheese curds.
Chocolate frozen custard.
From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We'll make all your favorites fresh.
Fresh.
Fresh, just for you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Hey now, watch out, I'm a real star. See me from afar, shining like a shooting star. Hey now, watch out, I'm a real star.
When you have a financial partner that invests in every part of you, you can't help but feel like a star. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
With the one in there and almost deflected. Got it, goal! It is Nacho! Comets win game one. He does the game winner from the down and for the score. And he scores!
Back live inside Cable Dahmer Arena. We are tied at 3 as we head into the third quarter. St. Louis will begin the third with the ball. Foul zone in the Comets center circle, right on top of that iconic Comets logo. Eric Bergerud, Nick Vassos, Lux Elzinga down on Silverstein Ice Centers Field. Great to have you here wherever you may be watching.
So partner, I watched your interview with Chad Vandergriff, and it sparked a question that I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to high school?
Shawnee Mission East.
There you go. Very nice of Chad to spend his time with you at halftime.
I've asked that of many St. Louis players. One comes to mind, Jeff Davis, old defender back in the NPSL days. Of course, Jim Schwab, former head coach. Ball pinballing around near the Comets' goal. Falzone is there. Falzone has played a key role in the ambush offense in the first half. He's been everywhere.
He's been terrific. I think he's just learning the indoor game. Give him a little bit of time and watch out.
Yeah. Foul zone, Torrealba. I mean, they got some good players. Here's Lennis. Everybody cheering for the next 16 seconds on their feet, hoping to get a Butterburger from Culver's if the Comets score a goal.
Doesn't look too good for the home fans, Nick.
Not right now with 5 seconds left, and Paulo's got the ball. He chips it into the corner. It rolls through. Look, Pino got bumped. Now Williamson is there. No Butterburgers for anyone this time around. Torrealba picks up the loose ball, and he jogs with it across the Comets' yellow line. Still going forward off the wall. Out front, O'Keefe. Pino is there. And Ejimadu puts his hands on it as well.
Good opportunity, potential Wallace scorer, and Torrealba. He loves cutting left. He's able to use both feet too and look for the pass there almost for the ambush.
Ted Sane comes back on the field for the Comets. Pino. Now Ramirez all over to Ted Sane. This time Marquez. Rion with Christian Briggs in front of him. Now Ramirez touches it back to Pino. Rion a little bit closer to the goal, gives it up and goes right back to Guerrero.
But we've seen St. Louis do this. Well, this is the 6th time we've seen St. Louis in Kansas City, but they will man mark the Comets' targets. So whether it's Williamson or Briggs, you saw Briggs come all the way out past the yellow line on Marquez. They do not want to give them any room, and it's up to the Kansas City targets to figure out how to address that.
Up the far touchline to Cristo, played back to Yuri. He'll swing it near side for Chabad. Back to Briggs, and then touched over to Torrealba. Here come the Boo-Birds for Torrealba. Back to Briggs. He'll roll it forward to Yuri. Riley Urey tripped up and a foul called against Chad Vandegrift.
A little bit of a complaint, but we'll take a look on the replay here.
Looks like a foul.
Yeah. Got him underneath the foot there.
Keaton Woods appearing in his first game, maybe his second game of the season. Foul called on St. Louis now as Andorreos goes down near the boards.
Interesting to see Garza on Robbie Cristo, because although Robbie Cristo is taller, Garza has enough muscle to kind of get in there and battle. So interesting to see what adjustments both coaches made at halftime.
Here's Pino. Coach Stokic told our Lux Elzinga that he wanted his team to be a little bit more creative in their offensive third. So Andorreos swings it left side for Reggett. Now back to Tetsane up front. Correction, that's Reggett. Francis is out there too. Both have a similar build. One wears 7, one wears 8.
I went to practice the other day at the world-famous Kansas City Soccer Dome. It was just sort of interesting on the drills, looking for quick passes and movement, and ultimately what you do in practice shows up or doesn't show up at game time.
Practice like you play. You play like you practice. Francis on the volley. That one drifts across the goal mouth. Tetsane and Williamson battle. Williamson's got it. Can't hold on to it. Comets take it back. 10:53 to play in this third. Still tied at 3. Reggett will fire one from out. Now a second try by Francis. That one off the near glass, no good.
Might want that one back on his right foot rather than his left, but he had time and space there.
This is Pino to the corner to Marquez. He goes wall of score. A second shot and it rolls in. Rion. First one did not happen. Second one did, and Rion Marquez. He's got his first of the game. And the Comets take their first lead in the game. It's 4-3.
So Pino looking for Marquez. He went off the board and then just dribbled it or rolled it on his left foot in slow motion, and it bounced off Paulo's foot. Not sure if you can see it hit Paulo from this angle, but it's the way it happens in indoor soccer. Sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you shoot it, but which way the trajectory of the ball is taken and when it goes in the goal. And Marquez keeps scoring, Nick.
Number 11 on the season.
Assisted by number 6, Guerrero Pino, his second assist of the day.
So Pino gets the assist. And the Comets have a 4-3 lead. St. Louis with the ball. Cristo in the corner. Out to O'Keefe, Briggs, and then all the way back to Paulo. Here comes Paulo. Don't be alarmed. He does this all the time. He's one of those keepers who could actually be a position player out on the field. His foot skills are that good. Now Riley Urey trying to split the defense. Lennis takes the ball. Here come the Comets. Forward it goes to Ali Alamari. He's trying to get by Paulo. He pushes Paulo from behind, and it's called for the foul.
Good positioning by Paulo, too. He took that first step to try to cut off the pass. But watch what he did defensively when the ball went past. He was going to make sure there's no way Ali was going to kick that in the goal. Veteran move, veteran goalkeeper. Hope he keeps playing because he's been terrific this season.
Sure has. Now Pino to Lennis. Lennis will boot it over to Nacho. Lennis goes off. Ramirez comes on. So does Zach Reggett. Free substitution in indoor soccer. Now Stankovic moving to his left. Goes off the board. Shot out front. No! Second try. That one wide to the right. St. Louis living dangerously with that ball out in front of their goal.
3-on-2 opportunity here.
And back at the other end, Torrealba goes off the boards. It rebounds out front. Pino is there for KC. On up to Ramirez. Ramirez stride for stride with Chalbad. Henry still chugging full steam ahead. And a Walla out to Reagan on the top of the arc. We couldn't get the scorer going. Torrealba with the ball. He splits the defense momentarily. Now everybody battling it. Squirts off to Reagan. Reagan says slow things down. Going to get organized. Get some players off the field. Nacho will go off. Stankovic goes off. Reagan goes off. Francis back in. Tatsani back in. Marquez back in. Vandegrift. He'll try the left side now. Marquez. Typically we see Marquez in the box, but it seems lately he operates outside of that area.
We also saw Torrealba pick up fouls last game. He got a blue card for 4 fouls and a half. We'll keep an eye on that. That's his first foul of this half.
Here's Andreos. Francis flashing in. Now Torrealba plays one from his own yellow line.
And again, foul zone making the break right away. They're looking for that odd man rush every single time, Nick.
St. Louis with some fresh legs out on the floor as well. 3 substitutions. Here's Reggett. He goes off the boards. Nobody home for KC. Will Eske is there for the ambush. His pass nearly picked off by Vandegrift, but it deflects back on to St. Louis. Chakunti is there along with Vandegrift, and good job there and hustle by Chad to work hard to get the ball back. Here's Pino. Comets walking it up. 6:40 to play in the third. Comets have 1 goal here in the third. It's given them their first lead of the game. Comets 6-2-1 on the season. St. Louis 3-3-1. A win here would give the Comets 15 out of a possible 18 points in this 6-game regular season series. Tatsane goes high, looking for Francis in the corner. Francis heads it towards Paulo, who easily picks it up. Couple of changes for St. Louis. Keaton Woods and Chacunte go off. Cristo and Almeida back on. Here's Paulo. Looking to the corner to Cristo. It bounces over Cristo's head.
Smart play there by Pino, just using a knee. That way his goalkeeper could grab it with his hands.
Jamadu's got a big arm and he lofts it down the field. A couple of touches and it ends back with Kansas City. Here's Alamari. That one whistles around, comes back to Lennis. Lennis is by 1 player. Lennis shoots. Paulo makes the save. Lennis goes down. Holloman trying to get the rebound. Holloman does, fires it back in there, and it rolls across the goal mouth to the near side. Alamari is there. He'll play it back to Pino. Now back to Alamari. Moving to his right, changes course. Now he'll fire a left footer, and that one goes into the netting. Goalkeeper distribution coming up, and we've got a timeout on the field. Timeout with 4:53 left to play in the third. Comets with 1 goal here in the third to take the lead over St. Louis. It is 4-3. You're watching MASL TV.
DM Law. Because whether you have a $10,000 fender bender or a multi-million-dollar case, we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve. A client of ours was in a wreck and had a minor head injury. We were still able to put over $23,000 in his pocket. Another client of ours had a severe leg injury, and we got them $1.1 million.
Big case or small, Mike's got this.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Hurt in a car wreck? Call 405-900-9000.
Bonavia at Withers Farm. Brand new 1- and 2-bedroom apartments in Liberty, and the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Enjoy modern luxury living. From spacious walk-in closets to a 24-hour fitness center, we have you covered. And yes, your pets are welcome too. Stop by or visit us online to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home at the Bonavia at Withers Farm.
Welcome back inside the Cable Dahmer Arena. 4:53 left in the third. Comets up by 1. Goals scored so far on the ambush side of things by Robbie Williamson, also celebrating his 100th game here in the MASL. Falzone and Torieba. On the Comet side, Reagit, Nacho Garza, and Marquise had the last one. Marquez. Jeez. Nick, Eric, the excitement's getting to me down here.
Yeah, it sure is. We've got 4:53 to go in the third. Thank you, Lux. That's Lux Elzinga down on Silverstein Ice Center's field. St. Louis will have the ball when action gets underway. Emo's contest is almost over.
Speaking of St. Louis pizza.
Yeah.
Get your Provel cheese fix for the day.
You a fan? As much as the next guy.
No, I like St. Louis pizza. I'd say my favorite, and I spent some time in college in New York, so I've New York style pizza would probably be my preference. But
yep.
No, I like St. Louis pizza. I like Chicago deep dish too when given an opportunity.
Yeah. Got a foul called on the Comets.
A couple calls for a 2-minute penalty.
Martinez, who's going off, he was one of them, calling for a blue card.
Scored the game winner against Kansas City on New Year's Eve.
He's another one of those good young players.
Good. He's good.
Yep. Toriaba from downtown. Ejumadu just got a piece of that one.
Top of the arc restart. Really good opportunity here. And so they went first time near side to Toriaba, he scored. They went second time short near side to SK, and it got blocked. It's going to be a question of what does Lucas Almeida have in mind?
He and
Briggs would be an interesting option too.
Here comes Almeida. Briggs comes over to take it, and Ejumadu makes the save.
It's like I could see that coming.
Yeah.
He's been shooting well tonight, Briggs has.
He has.
So we'll go to the yellow line here for another.
Ejumadu leads the league in wins. Chad Vandergriff leads the league in blocks. Zach Reggett leads the league in goals and points. Let's also keep in mind that the Comets have played more games than anybody else so far this season. Garza goes down near the center circle. Almeida kicks it back towards the half line. Pino is there for KC. Pino's going forward. Is he going to take a shot at it? He goes off the boards. Shot by Reggett. Save.
Try to toe poke it in.
Yep. Toriaba. His pass picked off by Henry Ramirez.
Reggett wants the ball near side.
Reggett there on the boards now with Toriaba. Martinez also in there as well. Reggett goes wide out to Nacho. Nacho goes, oh, he was looking for Francis on the far post. Broken up by the ambush.
Oh, good play. Is that O'Keefe?
Yeah, it was O'Keefe right there with a good defensive play.
Top of the arc restart here for Kansas City. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and MASL Arena on X.
There's that play that Eric was talking about from O'Keefe. Nacho was all by himself, and O'Keefe saw it. Let's see here. Tetsane behind the ball. Over to Marquez, down to the corner, and tough angle for Nacho. That one rebounds to the near side. Comets have tried several different players there to trigger restarts. Marquez goes off the boards. Now back the other way. Falzone is off to the races. He shoots, and Ejumadu makes a great save to his left.
Once again, Falzone putting himself in positions to score or at least be dangerous, and Ejumadu having to come up big once again.
Nacho forward to Endoreos. Couple of shoves from behind. Both teams play on into the target to Marquez. Leaves it out wide to Ali. Alamari. Now turns and faces. He'll go over the top of the defense looking for Marquez. Now a loose ball is fought for, and it comes out to Keaton Woods. His pass picked off. Vandergriff is there, but could not get enough leather on it and sends it wide left. Alamari heads that ball down to the corner. Comets maintain possession.
Alamari's been getting a regular shift here in the second half. Look good in one-on-one situations. Not afraid to tussle with these MASL players his rookie season.
Nacho over to Pino. Comets lead by 1. 1:44 to play in the third. Stankovic in the corner. Second-year player leaves it for Pino.
Former teammate of Daniel Torrealba. Both of them were down at the Texas Outlaws last season.
Into the target. Stankovic trying to turn and fire. And he caught Axel Chacunte. Both players are okay. Chacunte goes off. Cristo comes on. Pino forward to Reggett in the corner. Reggett waiting for some traffic to pass. Leaves it front and center, Tetsane. Down to the right side. Pino is down there in the mix of everything. Still in the mix now. Tetsane correct. Yeah, Tetsane back to Reggett. Here's Reggett again. He'll go Tetsane. Tetsane shoots. Save made by Paulo.
Good positioning there near post.
Comes out to Reggett. Reggett will fire from beyond the yellow line. And the rebound stays with the Comets. 40 seconds to play in the third. Comets lead 4-3. This game has slowed down after kind of a fast start to the third.
St. Louis up early with 2 goals, and Comets work their way back. 3-3 at halftime. 1 goal here for the Comets in the fourth quarter.
Vandergriff heads it towards the box. Paulo is there. He'll throw it across the half line. And we've got a foul called on Cristo as he chopped down Rion Marquez.
Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
Tetsane, a long one off the boards, headed back towards the goal. 4 seconds left. Paulo's got it and will hold on to it, and that is the end of the third. End of the third. We've got 15 minutes to go. Comets score 1 in that third quarter to take the lead in the game. It's 4-3, Kansas City over St. Louis on MASL TV.
We make it easy to get comfortable fast. From individuals to businesses, we provide stylish, ready-to-live-in furniture within 2 business days. Choose your package, set your schedule. We'll take care of the heavy lifting. Furniture options, temporary furniture, real comfort. Visit FurnitureOptions.com to get started.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
Nobody does sports medicine like OSI does, which is why we are now the official sports medicine provider of the Kansas City Comets. We believe in a comprehensive, whole-person approach to medical care. We put in the work off the field so our players can succeed on the field.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider for the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear.
Eric Bergerud, Nick Vassos, Lux Elzinga here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Great to have you here, wherever you might be watching us, along the many streaming options that are out there to watch our games, which I absolutely love. Comets will be in action a week from today back here at Cable Dahmer Arena on Sunday, January 11th, to host the Milwaukee Wave at 4:05. Hope you can make it. St. Louis travels out on the road to tangle with Tacoma on Sunday the 11th. That game will be at 7:05, and both those games we'll have for you right here on MASL TV.
And we'll be back next Sunday on Fox Soccer Plus too, and for our friends in Kansas City, 38th the spot. Yep. So everywhere, all over the place. So I mentioned earlier the first shutout in Kansas City Comets history was on this day in 1984. What I neglected to mention was Enzo DePede, who got the shutout. It's his birthday today, so big happy birthday to Enzo.
Happy birthday,
We saw him here. He's been to a few games recently, but we saw him here for the 40th anniversary celebration for the Comets, and I had the opportunity to interview him down on the field a few years back. That was a great experience.
Gosh, one of the most popular players in Comets history.
For sure.
Yep. Okay, fourth quarter action is underway. Comets moving it right to left in this final frame. They'll take a 1-goal lead into the final 15 minutes. Chad Vandergriff plays it into the corner to Christian Briggs. And Paulo shielding away Zach Reggett out with the ball. Paulo looks downfield, and he's got Keaton Woods down there. No, it's Chicunte. Axel Chicunte, now front and center Torrealba. Takes one touch, moves to his right, look out, goes off the glass. That one with Chicunte making a touch. Now Torrealba with a left footer, that one wide. And the Comets trying to clear the zone. Here's Mikey Lennis with the ball.
Good stick there.
Good stop there by Gates. Here comes Gates back the other way. He shoots double, ding dong. That's the second time this afternoon that they've hit 2 goal posts. Gates can't believe it.
On both sides of the field, Briggs on this side and Gates on the other. Double ding dong, partner.
Oh, wow.
And the thing with St. Louis, I've noticed this the last couple times they played here, they've had their opportunities. It's just getting the ball in the net has seemed to be the challenge. And when those goals come, this is going to be a team that everybody's got to watch out for.
Oh, good play by Marquez to Linus, but could not finish it. Give some credit there to Paulo, too, with good positioning. Comets back on offense. This time it's Tetsane into Marquez, trying to turn. Now Stankovic is blocked by Williamson.
Good job sliding over from Williamson. He was watching Marquez, and then he saw the ball go free to Stankovic, slid over, and heads-up play by, in his 100th game, Robbie Williamson.
Good player.
He is, for sure.
Tetsane. Back away to Reggett, who shoots. Williamson with the block. O'Keefe gets it out to Martinez. Martinez near side for Torrealba. Torrealba battling with Tetsane, and a foul, and it's going to go against Kansas City. Is it? One referee's calling for it over there. I think they had
on the other side of the field.
Yeah, I think they had 2 fouls there.
Earlier foul.
Yeah.
Yep. So with Williamson, one of the great trades last year, when St. Louis traded Frank Tayu to Milwaukee and got Williamson, and all of a sudden things started clicking defensively for the ambush right after they made that trade.
Good point. And they took that, and they almost took down the Chihuahua Savage.
They almost did.
Great effort last year in the playoffs. Briggs and Ramirez give chase. Briggs shielding away Ramirez, and it rolls into Paulo.
And you might recall that wasn't necessarily the most popular trade
right
on the other side of Missouri. It was like, we're getting rid of Frank Tayu for Robbie Williamson. Robbie Williamson, yeah.
Yep. And Frank Tayu playing down in Sonora for M2 this year. Here's Martinez. Leaves it for Almeida. Lucas to Cristo in the corner. Robbie shielding away the defender, but first a foul. That's going to go against Garza.
And once again, you see Garza is the matchup on Robbie Cristo there.
There's Drew Klemp. He's backing up the wall. All right, fellas, got that set. Almeida behind the ball for St. Louis. Lucas to Briggs, who shoots and scores! Christian Briggs levels the game at 4 off the restart.
He's been close all night, and he finally got one. Take a look at this replay here. Go for the short option. Absolutely drilled pass from Almeida here. In between players. And you watch from Ejemadu's angle. He's trying to get near post. So what does Briggs do? Far post. It's 4-4.
Almeida with his 5th assist on the season, his 2nd on the afternoon for Christian Briggs. That is his 1st goal of the season. And we are back underway. It's a brand new ball game. 4 up for each team, 4 all. Here's Reggett. Down to the corner to Vandegrift, front and center.
Giveaway, there's Torrealba.
Here's Torrealba.
Ejemadu's got to make a
way
decision.
Off his line. Good job there by Ejemadu. That could have been disaster for the Comets. Now Vandegrift to Holliman. Pino. And DeReos. Here's Reggett. Marquez coming back on. He'll take it deep. Williamson heads it up into the air and then heads it away from the goal. Will Eske is there. Eske gets it to Torrealba, who plays it long. Pino heads it back in. Williamson kicks it the other way. Comets will go for some changes. Ejemadu waits for new players to come out onto the blue turf. Plays it up to Lennis. Lennis into the target. To Marquez. Shoots.
Good save.
Boy, good save. Shot. Rebound. It's Mikey Lennis. The second try for Lennis is good. Comets 5. Ambush 4.
Lennis scored one at St. Louis earlier this season. Watch the replay. Looking for isolation one-on-one there. Good save by Paulo. And Will Eske is going to want this back because watch Lennis get past him here. Marquez saved by Paulo. And Lennis just karate kicks in right behind the ambush captain. It's 5-4 Comets.
What a goal by Mikey Lennis. Second goal of the year gives the Comets their 1-goal lead back, 5-4, 10.5 to play in the game. Gates rolls one into the corner looking for foul zone, and a foul called on O'Keefe. Excuse me, beg your pardon, that's O'Keefe.
Catch MSL Monday every Monday night on MSL TV on YouTube and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastiabansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Our friend Phil joined the UCFC broadcast the other day, so
I liked it. He did a great job. Did a great job.
He absolutely brings color to that broadcast.
He does.
There's no doubt about that.
Being a part of the #1 broadcasting team, I mean, do you expect high things from Phil?
Absolutely.
Here's O'Keefe on the half line. O'Keefe down to Gates. Gates got some open space. Shoots, scores! Gates didn't hit the crossbar there. Oh, no. Levels the game at 5, and that's his first goal of the season.
Couldn't tell if that was the Cole Palmer or Kelvin Oliveira freeze goal celebration. Good turn, though. Just let the ball do the work. And put it on his left, and he went high as Ejimadu went low. It's 5-5.
9:47 to play in the game.
Every time Kansas City tries to create some space, St. Louis comes back.
This game has been tight since the beginning. No team has had more than a 2-goal lead. And Arreos with Martinez in his hip pocket on back to Ejimadu. Up
Good
to
turn.
Alomari. Good turn from Alomari. Here he comes. Still going. He shoots low and left. Rebound to Marquez. Moving to his left. Marquez still with the ball. Goes off the boards. Can they get one in? They do! Texane jams it in. And the Comets back on top again, 6-5.
So our colleagues on the St. Louis broadcast, Joey Zanaboni and Matt Rocchio, mentioned that no team uses the boards as much as Kansas City does. And you saw this here again. Ali Alomari tried to go off the boards. Marquez creates space. So he's going to go off the boards. Just jammed in. 6-5 Comets.
And for Texane, goal number 4 from his defender position. Importantly, if you're a KC fan, they take the lead again, 6-5. But we've been trading goals here in this 4th frame. What is going to happen next?
There's no telling.
Kansas City goal, his 4th of the season, scored by number 11, Lucia Texane.
Back at the other end of the field, Ejimadu digs it out of the boards. Stankovic, and he played it up to the center circle, right to an ambush player. So given right back to St. Louis. Chalbad over to Paulo. Paulo going forward across the half line. Garza's there in his hip pocket.
Foul on Garza.
And a foul on Garza as he rides Paulo down to the ground.
3rd assist of the game for Marquez, by the way, if you're keeping track, partner. It's Garza's 2nd foul.
Okay.
Heard from Garza's parents are not only watching, but they're following along on MASL social media, sharing the goal clip of their son scoring earlier. So fans, parents, friends alike are all getting into the MASL social media thing.
Garza got up just a little slow after this tumble with Paulo. And Garza, he's back up walking under his own strength, so.
Absolutely a foul. Good opportunity here just inside the yellow line.
So Austin Sani will mark off the distance for the wall.
You know who's due for a goal? We haven't seen one yet is Will Eske.
I just was thinking the same thing. Here's Williamson behind the ball. Eske off to the left. Eske comes in off the boards looking for Eske.
Ooh.
Oh, the rebound from Cristo. Hood banged off of Holloman. And I didn't see where it caught Debray.
I can tell if that was the face, maybe.
Oh, it might have been.
Yeah.
Here's a
Tell you
rebound.
what, from another angle. Talk about taking one for the team.
Hope Debray is okay.
You said that Robbie Cristo can still shoot with both feet.
Boy, he can.
He has a cannon shot.
Oh, man. 8.5 to play in this game. 6-5 KC. Briggs behind the ball. Briggs goes off the glass. Rebounds back out, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Louis. Lennis and Andorreos will be in the wall. Briggs once again will start the restart. Goes over the top of the
Good
defense.
idea.
And Cristo tried to head it in far post. Ball comes out. Stankovic avoids one defender in Almeida and could not avoid Chalbad. Stankovic gets it back, waiting for mates to come forward, and then his touch lets him down, and St. Louis takes over. Eske getting up on his horse. Here comes Will Eske, moving to his left to Almeida. Over the top of the defense down to Martinez. Martinez double teamed in the corner. Comets trying to wrestle it away, and a foul called against Kansas City.
I want to put this game in context, partner. That other Kansas City team, the Kansas City Chiefs, are playing the Las Vegas Raiders. It's 6-6 there. It's 6-5 here. So I think you can understand the scoring differences between American football and indoor soccer.
For sure. Martinez rips one into the box. Cristo tries to heel it to a teammate. Left side for Esque. Front and center.
Oh, line change.
Did they get caught here? They're going to take a look at it here. This is Martinez. It's blocked by Nacho.
I think they were okay on the line changes. Kansas City didn't take advantage of it.
Tried to swing it into Lennis. Couldn't get it over
Shot
Paulo.
Right at him, actually. It was a good save, though. Paulo held his ground.
Lucas in the ambush trying to get a counter going, and it looks like Francis is going to be called, or is that Lennis going to be called for the foul?
Lennis.
It's Lennis. Thank you. So here comes some pressure from Kansas City. Ramirez pressuring Chalbad. He sends it to foul zone in the corner. Torrey Alba is there. He knocks it up into the netting. Goalkeeper distribution coming up. And we've got a timeout on the field. Let's take a final timeout with 6:57 to play in this game. Kansas City and St. Louis have been going back and forth. Don't go anywhere. An exciting conclusion is on the way right here on MASL TV.
Welcome back to the Cable Dahmer Arena. If you'd like to come join us in person, the next home game will be Sunday, January 11th, 4:05 p.m., taking on the Milwaukee Wave. It will also be our Nick Bezos game, celebrating 30 years of our incredible broadcast partner, bringing soccer to the global stage from Kansas City for 30 years. So please join us on the 11th here at the Cable Dahmer. 6:57 left in the fourth. Only a one-goal lead for the Kansas City Comets. This is almost too close for me, guys. How are you feeling up top?
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen next, Lux? That's for sure.
And next week, how many autograph seekers am I going to have to hold off, Nick?
I don't know. But you're going to be there with me, all right?
I will be there. I'll be there with you on Thursday at Kansas City Hall when we get honored officially Nick Vassos Day,
well,
which would be pretty cool.
You don't know how much I appreciate you and Lux and our entire Comets broadcasting team. It's a big-time effort for everybody, and we all have to work together, and I'm so thankful to have you and Lux as partners, as well as our production team from Zimmerman Productions. Guys, pros, and I really appreciate everyone's help. It's going to be fun. And we get to play somebody else other than St. Louis, too.
Milwaukee's back. Yeah, and we'll be back on Fox Soccer Plus, too. So not only people here in Kansas City, but everywhere else. That should be one of the games of the year.
Torrealba, he's dangerous.
Good
Oh,
shot.
wow. He put that one in a perfect spot. Ejimadu had to go down and make a terrific save to keep St. Louis from tying the game. It's 6-5, Kansas City, a one-goal lead. These two teams have been trading goals here since the fourth, and we've got a foul called on Gates.
Mentioned last game that I thought that Daniel Torrealba was the best free agent pickup in the league so far this year, and every time I see him play, particularly against the Comets, I believe that even more.
Yep. Couldn't agree more with that statement. Marquez plays it back to Pino.
That being said, Dom Francis, I'm sure, is going to have something to say about that this season. Been a little quiet today, but among the league leaders in goals.
Here's Marquez with his right hand resting on top of the dasher boards. Plays it away to Tetsane. Right side for Ramirez. Now Pino. And back to Rion. Marquez. Pino. This is Lennis. 5.5 to play in the game. Comets clinging to a one-goal lead. Near side for Marquez. On over to Alamare.
I was going to say, you do not want to lose the ball here.
And Chalbot almost got it. Lifted back towards the St. Louis yellow line. Tetsane is there, trying to get around Chacunte. Now Briggs steps in. Comets maintain possession. Under 5 to play now. DeBray Holloman comes back in. He's calling for the ball. After taking that wicked shot from Cristo, DeBray back out there.
Saw Baltimore try to kill some clock in a game against Milwaukee earlier this season, and it backfired against them. And so ultimately, you think Kansas City's trying to lull them to sleep and get one, but all it takes is one right here.
Gates. Holloman, nice defensive play to cut off Gates. Here's Holloman with the ball. He'll play it forward to Marquez. Marquez draws an immediate crowd and a foul called on Chacunte. And O'Keefe's going to be whistled for a delay of game warning, I would think.
And there it is. Pretty easy call.
Austin Sani and Drew Klemp are our referees this afternoon. Two men in the wall. Tetsane will start. Marquez floating around in the box. He's got Lennis and Reggett as options. Over to Reggett. Lets it go through. Nacho shoots.
Blocked.
Chalbot makes the block. Nacho digs in, trying to get the ball back.
Foul on Nacho, and he can't believe it. And delay warning coming up, I would assume, against Nacho here. Plenty of time, not only for one goal, but several goals.
Just under 4 to play in the game. Martinez goes over the top of the two defenders. Almeida using the boards to try to get around Francis. And Almeida deep in the corner goes off the wall in front of the goal, and Comets cleared away.
Really good turn by Francis to get the ball out of the way. He's come up big defensively this year for the Comets.
Paulo goes over to Martinez, into O'Keefe. O'Keefe turns and faces Dom Francis. Plays it back to Martinez. Martinez. His pass on up to Cristo. And Cristo to Williamson. Williamson tries to get it up to Almeida, and then the bounding ball back to Ejimadu and the Comets. Here's Pino. Comets a one-goal lead. 3 minutes to play in the game.
And both teams have timeouts available, so it'll be interesting to see if one or both use them in the remaining 3 minutes.
Pino directing traffic from near the center circle. Leaves it for Lennis. Lennis to Ejimadu. Phil up the right side to Reggett. Reggett chases it into the corner. Being held by Williamson. Still going forward. Reggett turns. Good defense there by Williamson. Now Torrealba plays it long. Holloman heads it back.
Be a good time for a timeout right here.
Ejimadu will kick it long. He gets it on up. Reggett's all alone if he can get it to him. Reggett still all alone. Lennis goes down. Both teams play on. Here's Torrealba. Back the other way.
Blocked.
Blocked by Pino. Coming up on 2 minutes to play. Here is Paulo. Tetsane and Arreos back on the field. Lennis goes off.
Timeout coming.
And here comes Vandegrift, and we've got a timeout. Timeout. 2:04 left to play in the game. It is 6-5, and timeout by St. Louis.
Disagree with the call tonight? You might just see it on the MSL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. Learn something new every day, and what was interesting is they did talk a little bit about the last KC St. Louis game here and players getting involved in the fracas, and I think that helped. That game helped clarify some of the rules because Paulo came out of his box, but he was trying to break up the fight. By the letter of the law, he should have been put in the penalty box, and they made a good choice. Reggett jumped on the field and tried to break up the fight. Technically, he shouldn't either. So I think they want to just have clarity here for the referees. And as I said earlier, video review, if it looks like players are jumping off the bench or doing something, the referees now have the discretion when it's in a mass confrontation to check the video review in case they need to card somebody. The other thing worth mentioning is it's not just in the game. There will be fines for leaving the bench. First occurrence, second occurrence, third occurrence, and the more you do it, the
more expensive
the fine.
It gets.
Yep, that's right.
And most of the, I mean, I don't know. I think at least this organization, the players pay the fines.
They do. And I was talking to a former coach about this the other day, and who basically schooled his team, you will never leave a bench. And they had somebody on their bench who would write down the numbers of the other team. So anytime the other team jumped off, and so it's like, hey, referee, it was number 14 and 17. You can just sit them in the penalty box right there. So I think it's going to require discipline. It's also going to require somebody on the bench monitoring their players to make sure nobody jumps off, but also keeping an eye on that other team too, because you can get a definite advantage, even if it's a non-power play penalty. If someone gets sent off for 5 minutes in a situation like that, that can make or break the game.
Interesting. Jeff Locker, the head coach of the Ambush, has gone to a sixth attacker as opposed to letting Paulo remain out there on the field. This is
we've seen them do both. They typically will do Paulo, but we've seen them do this in the past with Almeida, and they made the decision to create space. Almeida obviously on the near side in this situation.
And here's Almeida on up to Cristo. Cristo goes off the glass. It rebounds all the way over to Torrealba. It's Martinez who is wearing the sixth attacker jersey. So here's Almeida, a longtime veteran, rookie of the year, back in the day with the Tulsa Revolution.
There's a name of the past.
Now Esque front and center. 1 minute, 11 seconds to play in the game. Martinez to Torrealba. Out to Esque. Now swing it near side Almeida. Under a minute to play now. And Almeida to Esque. Trying to draw the Comets out. Trying to stretch their defense. Here's Torrealba. Still going forward.
Big block.
Big block by Vandegrift. Helping his goalkeeper. Esque. Back to Martinez who shoots. Save. Rebound. Score! 37 seconds left. Cristo levels the game at 6.
Earlier on the replay, just good action on both teams. Esque here Going to lay it off to Martinez. Big save by Ejimadu. One touch, top shelf. Robbie Christo. It's 6-6. And we still could see a goal before the end of regulation.
37 seconds left to play in the game. And we're tied at 6.
30 seconds to go. Regulation not over. Let's hear it.
Can the Comets get something going here late? Many fans up on their feet. Here is Marquez. Marquez moving it in, leaving it back to Pino. Back to Rion. 20 seconds left.
Keep an eye on SK to see if St. Louis gets the ball and he goes to town.
Here's Marquez. Turns on Williamson. Stiff arming him away. Still loose. Here's a shot. Save Polo with 6 seconds left.
How big was that?
Wow. And that's it. We are headed to overtime.
Take a look at this on the replay. Good turn there by Lennis.
Oh, it was blocked off the line by Falzone.
He does everything.
Oh, he saved the game for St. Louis. Wow. What an ending to this one. Tied at 6. We'll get you set for overtime when we come back next.
This is automatic. This is automatic.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we'd love to see you at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
Our menu is handcrafted to have something for everyone.
Everyone.
My favorite, the Butter Burger Deluxe.
Definitely cheese curds.
Chocolate frozen custard.
From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We'll make all your favorites fresh.
Fresh.
Fresh just for you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Robbie Christo. Make that Christo. Levels the game at 6 with 37 seconds left. The Comets could not push a go-ahead goal across the line late in the fourth quarter. So we are headed into overtime. And we have 10 minutes of overtime. It'll be a golden goal situation in overtime. And if we are not settled after the 10 minutes of play, we go to shootouts.
Saw this happen a couple different ways in St. Louis earlier this season. First time it went scoreless in overtime and the Comets won in the shootout. Last time in St. Louis, went it overtime and relatively quickly Randy Martinez on the game-winning goal for St. Louis. And so we'll see.
So here we go. Keepers will switch ends once again. Comets will move it left to right, and they'll have the ball to begin overtime. And here we go. Overtime is underway. The winner here will get 2 points. The losing team will take home a point. So Nacho to Reggett. On back to Pino. Now Nacho, left side for Alamari. Alamari calling for the ball. Receives it. Back to Nacho, front and center. Near side Pino rolled into the corner for Reggett. Williamson's got a mark on him. Reggett flicked it back for Pino. Ball loose out front. Ramirez with a try. That one's stuffed. And Kansas City scurrying to maintain possession of the ball. Nacho still has it. Winds around the boards and into the breadbasket. Apollo. Here's Robinson. Correction, Williamson. I combined his first name and last name. Sorry about that.
Pino on Robbie Cristo, something to watch out here too in terms of whether they try to go straight to that target player who's kind of camped right in front of Philip Ejimadu right now.
Sure is. He's sort of doing a little directing traffic back there as well. Pino is right in front of Cristo, and here comes the ball for Cristo. Trying to settle it in the corner with Pino on his back. Here comes some help from Alamari. He's trying to race towards the loose ball. Almeida gets there first. He goes down. Alamari back the other way. No whistle. Lucas Almeida shaking up on the play. He's back up on his feet. He'll stay in the game. Well, maybe, maybe not. Tetsane. He gets it up to Lennis. Now to Marquez. Now here's Glacia with a drive. And that one wide to the right. O'Keefe battling with it. He comes out with it. And he kicks it towards the Comets' half of the field. 7:48 left in this overtime frame. Level at 6. Here's Tetsane on back to Vandegrift. Marquez, target forward, stands in the box with Briggs right next to him. Meanwhile, Tetsane looks into Rion, plays it to Vandegrift, left side for Lennis. In the middle to Vandegrift. Right side Stankovic. Now Lennis front and center. Marquez comes out of the box. Tetsane plays it back towards Vandegrift. Rion goes off. Reggett comes on. Comets go for some changes. Here's Holloman. He'll play it along the near touchline to Reggett. On back to Pino. Comets players moving. Here's a shot. Save, Paulo. Boy,
really good positioning there.
That was a hot one that came in towards Paulo. Comets with a little pressure here. Back towards Williamson. Over to Paulo. Here comes Paulo. He'll rip one. And that one blocked out of bounds off of Henry Ramirez.
I had this feeling he was calling game right there. It's like, well, why not? Take a look at this shot safe.
Oh, that was headed on goal, too.
It was.
Eske. Fans here have quieted a little bit, just watching to wait and see what happens next. Here's Eske. Marked by Ramirez. Back to Paulo. 5:50 to play in overtime. Now Cristo heads it to Yuri. Yuri had it poked away by Alamari. Alamari on his horse couldn't get past Yuri, who cuts him off. Now Ramirez plays it back to Holloman.
Smart play back. Comets make a line shift.
Here comes Pino. Pino down to Stankovic. Stankovic back to Pino, who shoots, and that one just wide. Into Marquez. Correction, that was into Stankovic from Marquez. Now Lennis. Here comes Lennis.
Good stick.
Poked away by Cristo. Cristo walking forward for Eske. Ejimadu comes off his line to kick it away. It'll stay with St. Louis.
Expect to see Almeida back if he's feeling up to it. Do not see him coming back onto the field, so hope he's all right.
And Torrealba comes on and kicks it towards Falzone, who was far post. Now Stankovic out to Andreos. Andreos making a bid for his 4th game-winning goal. Pino waits for new legs to come out onto the floor.
Did you see what Torrealba did? Cut off Stankovic trying to get off the field. Torrealba took a line change. Professional move there.
Here's Reggett. Over to Vandegrift. Down to Lennis. 4.5 to play in this overtime period. Lennis goes off. Ramirez comes on. Nacho touches one into Reggett. Reggett leaves it for Nacho. And a foul called on Martinez.
You know what the saying is, partner?
What's that?
It's be a really good time for a timeout.
Here's Reggett. Yep.
You got 3 left-footed players out there, 2 right-footed players.
And there it is.
There
it is, Eric.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, we've seen that effect. There's 3 big left-footers out there. Tetsane, Francis, and, of course, Reggett. And they overload one side with all 3 of them, right?
Right.
That's the right side typically.
Yeah. And then you've got Marquez, and it looked like Nacho maybe on the other side too. And so you're ultimately trying to get somebody who's going to shoot across the goalie one way or the other, depending on how and where you swing the ball. 4:14 left, as you mentioned, partner. 10-minute sudden death overtime period, and if nobody scores, we go to a shootout, which it's been a while. It's been a few years since we saw it. Manny Mendoza, the Tacoma Stars here in Kansas City.
Oh, wow.
So last year, the year before, yeah.
And, of course, the Comets recently involved in a shootout down in St. Louis in this series, in which the Comets took the 2 points home with them.
So Vandegrift, interesting. They made some changes here. Andreos is out. Vandegrift is out. Nacho, Marquez, Reggett. So definitely not the same lineup that they had in place right before the timeout. Right-footed scorers all on that left side of the field.
Ejimadu staying loose. 4:14 left in this overtime period. An important part here in overtime. See what the Comets here design. Drew Klemp about ready to blow the whistle. There it is. Out front, and Areo shoots. Got to look at it, but just lifted it too high.
That was absolutely the right pass. Just didn't have the result they wanted.
Long one down the field. Caught in the air by Ejimadu. Given to Tetsane. Under 4 to play in overtime. Alamari out there as well. Here he is with the ball. Thought about it for a moment. Plays it to Tetsane. Alamari from distance. That one just above the crossbar. Sent back in by Vandegrift. Out by Williamson. Torrealba with a header. Back to Paulo. 3:20 to play. Paulo throwing long. Chacunte lets that one skip off the back of his head. Right into Ejimadu. New legs out there on the turf. Marquez calling for it. Receives it from Tetsane. Comets out shooting St. Louis 43-34. Pino, Stankovic, Tetsane, Lennis, Marquez out there for Kansas City. Chacunte, Yuri, Esque, Briggs, and Martinez for St. Louis.
They'll try to double Marquez here in the corner. Chacunte slides back.
Tetsane, one touch. To the right for Lennis. Now Tetsane. They'll take a touch and leave it for Marquez. Marquez, marked by Briggs, moves to his left. And that one out of play. Goalkeeper distribution coming up.
Take another look at it. Knew he was going to cut that way. Just was leaning back a little bit. Shot went over the goal. Goalkeeper distribution here for Paulo.
Getting down to crunch time, folks. 2:15.
Comets press here.
And the Comets, well, they got it back.
Not what Pino wanted to do. No. And now here comes Paulo the other way.
Paulo, he'll lift one for Martinez. Correction, that was Gates. Gates.
Not a foul.
Held on to DeBray Holloman. Foul called on St. Louis.
Take a look at it here on the replay.
Yep. There's the
They
hold
grab
right
the
there.
arm.
Yep.
Less than 2 remaining, partner.
Okay, here we go. Pino into the corner to Reggett. Reggett tried to leave it for Holloman, couldn't catch up with it. Paulo's got it. And here we are in the last couple of minutes here. Torrealba into the corner to foul zone.
Not the bounce they wanted.
Went off the top of the dasher boards. Ramirez to Holloman, who lifts it up towards the half line.
Did a good job not getting infraction there for kicking the ball out of bounds.
Torrealba, now SK. SK cuts it back to the left. Look out. SK moving. He shoots. That one blocked by Dom Francis. Now Torrealba up with the rebound. He shoots. Blocked by Holloman of the Comets. Henry Ramirez taking it on himself. Gets bumped up against the boards.
And a hip check on Francis is going to be called. This will be a free kick for St. Louis.
Oh, obviously fans wanted something there with Henry going into the boards.
He got the ball.
Yeah, could be a foul at least. Gage with a shot.
save.
Ejimadu with a save on Christo's drive. Under a minute to play. 47 seconds left in this one. Paulo on up to the half line. Vandegrift touches it back the other way. Again. Here's a battle. 28 seconds left.
Opportunity here for St. Louis.
Here's O'Keefe. O'Keefe trying to slide it along the boards. Vandegrift prevents him from doing that. And a foul called, and it's going to go against O'Keefe. 18 seconds left. 18 seconds left. Ejimadu. Up to Nacho. Nacho lifts it forward. That one right to Paulo. Paulo throwing long to Riley Uri. Heads it over to O'Keefe. Back to Uri. Nacho. And that's going to do it for overtime. We are headed to shootouts, everybody. Let's take a break. We'll come back here. We'll sort out the challenge and get you set for the shootout. We'll be right back after this.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Okay, St. Louis challenged one of the last plays in overtime, a play involving Tetsane and another ambush player. They went to replay. Drew Klemp, Austin Sani took a look, nothing there. So no foul, no blue card, no nothing. So we are headed to shootouts, and each team will get 3 shootouts.
That is correct.
And if we are not settled after 3, then it'll be alternating shots.
That is correct, too.
Thank you. I'm glad I...
Ejimadu saved all the shots that were taken at him in St. Louis, but you can't look at the last results and assume it's going to play out the same way. And so some of the Comets who were in that game aren't there. Lucas Sosa in particular, who's one of the standard shootout takers. So be interesting. You would expect Dom Francis for sure to take one for Kansas City. You would expect Rion Marquez to take it. For St. Louis, that could go in a lot of different ways. Torrealba, for sure.
For sure.
And he took one in that game in St. Louis. Will Eske would be another option you'd want to look at, too. And so interesting to see which players both teams call up.
So Martinez might be a candidate.
Cristo would
Falzone.
be one, too. Yeah, Falzone would be one, too.
There's general manager and assistant coach Donnie Alberti down there among the ambush team. There's Zach Reggett. So who's going to go home with 2 points and who's going to go home with 1?
And the other question is how many Milwaukee Wave and San Diego Sockers players are watching this right now. I'm just kind of curious to see who's going to drop some points here. Every point counts in a 24-game season, and
big time.
At the end of the season, it's going to be really tight between, for sure, second and third, you would think. It doesn't look like anybody's going to run away with this league this season, so we'll see.
So Dom Francis is going to be up first. And Paulo is getting ready to take his position down here towards our end of the field.
Some teams prefer to go first in this. Some teams prefer to go second. And it's sort of a question. You want to put your goalkeeper on the line, or do you want to get your goal scorer to get you ahead and get some momentum going in? But
so the assistant referee, Joseph Mock, comes out of the box. He'll be out there.
Look at the view that Wags is getting you here behind Dom Francis for the shootout.
Here we go.
A couple
Francis, one touch. He shoots, and it is saved by Paulo.
Francis wanting a handball, but Paulo was in his box. Take a look from behind the goal. Good save.
Oh.
That was going in far post, too.
Wow. So here we go.
Of course, Torrealba first.
Of course. Fans here letting him have it. Here's Ejimado Torrealba. He shoots. Save!
He wanted a handball,
Save!
too. Torrealba wanted a handball on Ejimado, and Drew Klemp's right on that line. Look from behind the shooter.
Now they're asking for a review.
They're wanting to review.
Yeah. Can you review a shootout?
There. Drew Klemp is right on the line, too. So we'll see what we move forward. This is going to be Zach Reggett.
So here we go. Round number 2. Reggett, a touch. Moves to his right. He shoots. No good. Shot. No!
Missed it.
Paulo keeps him out of the net.
Take a look from behind here. Reggett wants to drag it, get him to commit, and he did, but the pass went, or the dribble went too far off his right foot. He was hoping to drag it left to right and just slot it in. Will Eske, chance to be a hero here.
Here we go. Eske. He shoots. No! He missed it! Marquez can win it for the Comets.
Well, they would be ahead.
Oh, ahead. They would be ahead.
Rip that shot. Footer so wide. That left post.
That's right. Here's Marquez. He moves to his left and
save.
stuffed by Paulo. Horn sounds, and boy, Paulo. Terrific goalkeeping.
And look who's going to come up here to try to win it.
It is Cristo. Mrs. Cristo watching back at home.
Scored the game-tying goal in that last minute of regulation. Chance to win it for.
One touch. Shoots. And St. Louis wins it on a shootout. Cristo is the hero. St. Louis gets the 2 points. Kansas City goes home with 1. Ambush win at 7-6.
Or 6-7, depending on your perspective, Nick. Let's take a look at it on the replay. Was always going to shoot this. Brought the ball left, came back right.
He has such a powerful shot that gives him so much space to work with.
And we saw players try different tactics here, and that was the winning one.
Yep.
Big win there for the Ambush.
Big win for St. Louis.
We'll see if they play each other in the playoffs, but that's it for the regular season.
All right, we are standing by to hear from Lux. She's going to chat with, I'm not sure who she's going to talk to.
If I were guessing, it would be Robbie Cristo, but we'll see who she has set up here. There, yep. That's where she's headed.
Get Robbie over there and chat. Here he comes. All right, let's get you down to the field with Lux and the hero, Mr. Cristo. Lux.
I'm here with your player of the game, Robbie Cristo. Robbie, how did that last goal feel?
Exciting, you know, a lot of hard work put in, and playing these guys 6 times is not fun.
That was your second goal of the night. I saw you shutting down some haters, giving you some angry fingers in the crowd. That has to feel good, too.
Yeah, that's what it's about, you know, just going up against some away fans and getting a little bit excited.
Now, is there anything that didn't show up on the stat sheet tonight that your team did that you think contributed to your win?
Just a hustle. Man, we fight. We crawl. We just fight. That's it.
Anything you're going to take into your next match from this match? Anything you've learned from today?
You know, just one day at a time. Thank God we don't have to play them anymore. I'll say that. They're a tough team. They're a good team, and I'm glad we won the last 2.
Congratulations, Robbie.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks a lot. That's Lux Elzinga there with our game-winning goal and Robbie Cristo. So Kansas City falls to 6-3-1. St. Louis improves to 4-3-1, and it'll be Milwaukee up next for Kansas City, and for St. Louis, they'll be on the road in Tacoma.
So if you're a Kansas City Comet fan, you look into that Milwaukee game, that absolute must-win now, 3 points, and that's going to be critical. They still win the I-70 Series Cup, but not the way they wanted to finish this. And if you're St. Louis, you're thinking things are looking up for us, and we're going to have some momentum going to the rest of 26.
Yeah, it's a big win for St. Louis. Maybe that'll propel them on down. Once they get done with Tacoma, they come home for 2 straight games with Empire and Milwaukee. Well, that's going to do it here from Cable Dahmer Arena. We appreciate all of you who stopped by and joined us and shared the afternoon here as we celebrate Indoor Soccer Month here on Fox Sports. For my broadcast partner, Eric Bergrud, and for Lux Elzinga, and for our terrific Cable Dahmer Arena crew, I'm Nick Vassos. Thanks for watching, and good night from Independence.
All right, stick around. We're going to have